Hello everyone, my name is Comet and today I am here to bring you the best tips to help you fix your rushed base. And like you guys can see here on screen, this was my base just a few months ago and everything is really messed up. Like I have wooden archer towers. My cannons right here, these are not even cannons. These are pebble launchers for real. This was my base a few months ago before I started the fixing project, and like you guys can see, all of the defenses are very weak. However, if you see this, that is a town hall level 15. So I have a max level town hall with wooden archer towers. This is the pinnacle of a rushed base, and this is how the base looks right now. Much better. If you guys see this, these are my max level scatter shots. Eagle Artillery is about to be max. Town Hall 12 expos that I'm upgrading into the Town Hall 13 expos. I have Town Hall 12 air defenses, Town Hall 12 cannons. These are no longer pebble launchers. These are real murder machines. My wooden archer towers are now level 14, which are not quite yet Town Hall 12, but I'm working towards that. And overall, my base is now defense-wise a Town Hall 12 base. In fact, it's much stronger than that because I do have a max level Town Hall 15 monolith. I have my max spell towers right here, and I have the max scatter shots, soon the max eagle artillery, laboratory, clan castle, and the army camps right here. However, not only that, in order to get everything done, I have the Archer Queen level 90. And like you guys can see, there was a massive amount of progress done in just a few months. This is only a few months after this, and the change is quite drastic. It's a massive change. I am leaving some stuff that are quite weak, but let's put that aside. Now, how did I manage to do so much progress in so little time? And how I'm gonna continue, this pace for the future? Well, step number one, or for my first tip, is to get the resources into the correct rank. This is the number one step for anything. By this, I mean, for example, if we go right here into the ranks, there goes from bronze, silver, gold, etc. until titan. And the rank where you farm really will determine the amount of resources that you can get. By this I mean, if you have a weak attacking army, you will not be able to farm in the higher ranks. So it's always better to drop into lower ranks so that you can farm. In fact, with this account, like you guys can see, I have been in Legends. I have been in Legends League before. However, I am now on farming in Master League only because this is where I tend to get the most amount of resources. So I am farming several tiers below where I can compete because I know that this is the best way to farm resources for me. And in some other of my bases, for example, let me show you my Town Hall 9 base right here. On my Town Hall 9 base right here, farming in silver or gold is the best, even though I could easily get into the Crystal League, So for me, this is how I can get the most amount of resources from my attacks for the armies that I have. And on my Town Hall 12 base, which is really rushed as well, here I am farming in silver because my attack is not that strong. So really finding out which is the best league for you to farm is the best that you can do. So in order to get all of the resources that you need to keep upgrading. So find out what is the league that you can get the most resources on in the easiest way, without much effort. That way, you can make sure that you will have all of the resources, because a lot of the YouTubers and streamers, they always say, oh, don't rush your base because you will not be able to get resources. Lies. That is not true. That is only true if you're a Town Hall 15 base with level 1 attack trying to farm in Titan. But if you are a Town Hall 15 base farming in Crystal, Master, or Gold, you are gonna be able to get those resources. Because guess what? There are other people who have level 1 defenses or level 1 attacks in these leagues as well, while being in Town Hall 15, you know. If you are in the lower Town Halls, the same applies, just with lower leagues, you know. Maybe Silver and Gold is for you. Maybe even Bronze is for you. So drop your rank to farm. That is step number 1. Step number 2, once you have your rank found, you will need a strong attack. So you will need an army to get those things done. So for example, over here in my Town Hall 15, I have chosen my Archer Queen, you know, as my main attack. She is level 90. And for my army, I use Queen Walk Lalo, you know, very simple army, very straightforward. I have my Lava Hounds, 5 healers, 30 balloons, and my baby dragons to help me clear the stuff, which I can change for wizards. But this is my farming army, you know. So step number 2, or the tip number 2, is to choose your army for the purpose of farming. So find what will help you to get the most farm. In my Town Hall 9, for example, I also have a very strong queen. So I tend to go with Lava Hounds, but when she is down, when the queen, let's say, is being upgraded, I use this thing right here. I use full Hog Riders because they're so powerful in Town Hall 9, with 1 dragon to defend against potential flying clan castle. You know, this is my army for farming in this level. And alongside the Hog Riders, I use, let me see, I use healing spells so that they can be at full HP. That way the Hog Riders can get everything done. And on my Town Hall 12, that is super rushed. Let me see, where is... On my Town Hall 12, I actually use Electro Dragons because is what has been helping me get those Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11, and even Town Hall 12 bases cleared. You know, anything else hasn't really helped me that much. So these are the armies that have worked for me. You need to find the army that suits you depending on what you have. If you have a max level queen, you could queen walk, for example, or if you have already max level witches, you can use the witches, and so on and so forth. Whatever is working for you the most, try to use that on your rank and you will get a lot of resources. In fact, I am recording a video at the moment where we are getting about 500,000 resources on this base right here, you know, and this is a very weak very weak and rushed base, and yet we are getting 500,000 resources of gold and elixir, and about 5k dark elixir on 2 attacks, you know, and I think that's really good for this base, for the purpose that I'm using. Now, that was tip number 2. You know, let me go back to my main base. So tip number 1 was to find a league where you can have an easy time farming. Tip number 2 was to get yourself an army that can help you get those resources once you find your league. And tip number 3 is to focus on upgrading your heroes once you have these things. Because your hero, in fact, the heroes in Clash of Clans represent 95% of your attacking power on every single one of your attacks, period. This means that the troops are just there to clear out the resources that otherwise the heroes are too slow to get, or to serve as mid shields for the heroes themselves. For example, the balloons here, these are meant to clear the resources that the queen will be too slow to get. These are not to wipe entire base. These are just to clean the attack from the queen. And in the same regard, an Electro Dragon in the higher levels, Electro Dragons and Super Dragons for that matter, they only work because you can use a Warden for your attacks, in the higher levels. I'm talking about Town Hall 14, 15, and 13. Because with the Warden, you get a protection of several seconds from any type of damage incoming. And that is enough for the Electro Dragons to attack 2 or 3 times, which will cause a massive amount of damage on any base. So really, focus on your heroes. And my recommendation for upgrades would be, first off, go for your queen, because queen is the strongest hero in the game. Then go, well, not the strongest, more like the main army hero in the game, the one that you will be using on every single one of your attacks, and the one that will do the most damage on every single one of your attacks. And then go with the Warden, because Warden is the second hero in command. This one is the one that is the most versatile hero in the game. You can do ground attacks, air attacks, you can do Warden walks, you can do Warden bodyguard to the queen. You can do Warden with Royal Champion, Warden with King, etc. Go with the Warden after the queen. So queen, Warden, and after this, it depends on where you are at and what's the level of your king. If your king is anything under level 50, try to equalize your barbarian king until level 65, and then you can start putting points into your royal champion. But if your royal champion is lower than level 5, ignore everything and rush your royal champion to level 5. Ignore your queen, your warden, and your king. Rush royal champion to level 5. Because at level 5, you can just leave her at level 5, and she will work wonders for a very long time. That way you can focus on your queen and warden and king and whatever. But if you have a strong king, you can focus on upgrading your royal champion until you feel comfortable that she has a strong level. She really doesn't scale that much with levels at the beginning, but once you start getting into level 30, 35, and 40, she becomes really powerful because she gets a lot of healing from her passive. I think she gets almost a full HP worth of healing from the special ability. So she is definitely worth upgrading once you get those levels. But I would say always prioritize your queen, and after the queen, go for the warden. That is the third tip, And once you have these two, you can go for king and champion, which are equally as strong. Just remember to have a minimum of level 5 royal champion and a level 65 king. So for me, for example, my queen finished upgrading a few days ago, and now I should work on my warden soon, which I'm waiting to get the resources for that. But for now, though, those are the quick tips. Very simple stuff, nothing fancy, but definitely something that I used myself to go from this, like, look at this, to this in only a few months. This is not something that took me years and years. This is only a few months worth of grinding. Probably was like 5 months or 4 months. Probably was 4 months. And I'm gonna be doing this again. So if you guys want to see these tips in action, right after this video, I am gonna be uploading the episode number 1 of my series, where I'm gonna be fixing this base right here. I am gonna be fixing this base from the current state that you see at the moment. Like pebble launchers right here. I think I even have wooden archer towers as well. Where are they? Don't hide archer towers. I know you're wood. Yeah, look at that. I have wooden archer towers. Like bruh. So yeah, this is gonna be my fixing project for this is gonna be a fixing project that I have, and that I'm gonna be uploading to the channel. So episode number 1, right after I upload, right after this video, and if you're watching this, the other video is already uploaded. So go and check it out. For now, though, I think that's it for now. I hope this was helpful to you, and go and check out this new series, because I'm gonna be applying these tips for myself. These are not tips that I got by copying others, or I got by watching others. These are tips that work for me on my main base, and these are tips that I will be using again on this base. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I will see you on the episode number 1 of Let's Fix My Base. Let's fix it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I am. Actually, before I sign out, I want to say that for those of you that do watch my other series as well, which is of me leveling up a new account from scratch, I'm gonna be uploading a video probably tomorrow, once everything finishes upgrading. They're still upgrading and takes 8 hours to finish, so it's gonna take a while. That's why I didn't upload it today, but that's definitely gonna come tomorrow. For now, though, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I am signing out. Peace.